We're going to be lifting up our 2016 Tacoma. We're going to do a 3-inch lift. That seemed like a good middle of the road height to go with, because the leveling would have been a little too low and above 3 would have been too big, because we still want to use it as a daily driver. And this is going to be just a review showing highlights of what it's like to put on a rough country 3-inch lift on there. And this is our first time, so we don't know what we're gonna be getting ourselves into. So we'll share with you anything that we learn along the way.
Figure out how to lift this thing properly though.
So not a good start. We already having problems getting it lifted up in the air so that we can work under it. There was a little middle part where we could stick the jack on. It's like a little bump sticking out on the frame in the front of it. So that seemed like a good place for that to put on.
Okay. Maybe I should take it. There you go.
We had some difficulty getting the tie rod off, so we had to turn the truck on and turn the steering wheel to get it to pop off.
Time by the Gracie Bear. We gotta give me attention. Oh yes. Give me attention. Give me attention. Okay. So this is the difficult part, trying to get this bar. The control arm goes all the way over.
And being careful not to lose the large washer.
Get this thing out, you have to pop these little pieces out, and then you have to bend this, right?
Yep.
And then we have to bend this, which is kind of crazy. So this bar, we're having the most difficult getting out, because you have to bend the whole frame here to get it out. It's like totally jammed up in there.
We got the bar out. Now the question is, how are we going to get it back together now as we bent the whole thing? I'm not even going to describe how we got this thing out. This was teamwork here.
So we're going to do a 3-inch lift with these rough countries V2s. And then the control arms are Freedom Off-Road.
And then the rear ones are going to be rough country N1s.
I'm gonna put it on too tight because you just put this other one in.
Wait a minute. I think
Found a little difficult to get an upper control arm attached. There's like a little trick to get it put back together.
And changed the direction that the ball is pointing, so that we can get it in the hole.
Needs to get more towards you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is a very rainy, soggy day to be working on the truck. It's something that's making it a little more difficult is not having a garage to work in. But we're gonna make it do. We finished with the front. And we had to put the old tires back on because we don't have the lug nuts. So we're going to go out to the tire shop and hopefully they'll have some lug nuts that'll fit the new tires and have them put the tires on while they do the alignment. Now we have to do the rear here. And hopefully this will be fairly simple. A lot less components to deal with. This will be our third day of working on it, and hopefully it'll be a little less wet. Yesterday was pretty miserable. It's taken us a little longer because we had to change the starter. It's been a bit of a learning curve for us, but the starter took a little bit to figure out how to get it out and put it back in there. Having the truck apart in the front made it a bit easier getting it out, but we'll go ahead and get started on the rear here. We're getting a pretty early start this morning so they can have time to run to the tire shop. It's Saturday and they'll be closed tomorrow. We're hopefully going to go on a camping trip on Monday and try out the towing. I'm curious to see how this is going to tow the trailer being lifted up. It has been a challenge getting this thing to be lifted off the ground to do work. We need to have the body stable and be able to move the axle up and down to put the block in to extend the leaf spring. So I put 2 jack stands up. So we'll give it a whirl and see if this works or not. I have to remove this bolt here, bolt down there, these 2 here. This is why I need to be able to lower this up and down to be able to put the block in here. These kinds of things, when you watch it on one video, they just make it like it's so easy to come off. I had to put another clamp because then this piece here started spinning. These are the things that you watch a video and it's like, oh, it's just so easy to come off, and then you try it and 15 minutes later you finally got it, even though it should have been like 5 minutes. Got it lowered down and just need to slip this piece in here.
So I'm having a problem getting it lined up now. I wanted to try to just drop one side at a time. Have to figure out how to get that to be on the right place. So I couldn't get it to line up properly. So I used my bottle jack to raise the leaf spring up so that then they would line properly. And I think I got it on there. Do a little double check in and then we'll put it back together. I have this thing just about on. I have to put the bolt here. And what I saw on YouTube was not even close to what happened here. People just compress this, and I don't know if they have a smaller shock. I could not compress this. So I just took this and then lowered it way down, and then I only had like this small amount of space to push it up in. Then I had to use this Phillips to get the hole where it needed to be to get the screw started on the bottom here. And then I shoved this inside to like a shim in this thing here down the bottom. What I saw on the videos, they made it just so easy, they just popped it in. That didn't happen. And this, I couldn't even, this was too fat here and I couldn't get this bolt on. So then I just raised it up so that I could get this on. Got everything back on and it worked better. Little tricks that I use other place, so that took less time. My daughter gave me a little hand. So now I gotta take off these pieces here and put these little spacers in. So we got it done. I just need to load up the tires and head to the tire shop. Hopefully we can get this done. Gotta get these in the back, tires, and head to town.
We got it all lifted up and it looks great. We're gonna have to be able to go on that trip on Monday. There was a lot of difficulties, a learning curve to put on this lift. It was worth the effort. It just drives very nice.
Driving around the back roads, it feels like you're just floating on a cloud. It feels so nice with the suspension and new tires. It's like a whole new truck. It's amazing. And I don't even notice it being bogged down. I was worried about that, but I guess there's just something amazing about Tacomas. They're not very fast to start with, so I'm looking forward to trying this thing out on some trails and doing some camping.